A really good NBA basketball game took place a few hours ago here. Houston and Utah. I knew this game would be good. I expected the Jazz to win this game. We'll see what happens shortly. James Harden and the Houston Rockets in Utah for Game 3 to take on Donovan Mitchell and them feisty Utah Jazz who got the sixth man off the bench, that Utah crowd. Let's get into this highlight. Out the gate, Utah's defense on Harden was phenomenal. Donovan Mitchell up top after the steal on Harden. Harden really struggled in the first three quarters of this basketball game. Rudy Gobert had a great game. A block there on Eric Gordon. Other end, it's Donovan Mitchell in the corner for three. 4-point play as he gets fouled by Harden. A little bit of back and forth after the play between James Harden and Crowder as well. They were all up in the face and grill of James Harden. I mentioned a block by Rudy Gobert. He had 7 of them in the basketball game. A huge impact on this game defensively. Yeah, I got to see what you ate for breakfast just to know you real. It's 8-zip. The defense on Harden was just getting started. One of those 7 blocks again on Harden. Let's go the other way here towards the end of the first. It's 20-20. Looking around, getting that thing to Donovan Mitchell, who drills the 3. 37 apiece here, 7 and some change in the second. Rudy Gobert's going to get that thing on the inside. Let's kick this thing around. Ingles, Mitchell, 3 ball is good. Utah Jazz up 3 points. Harden, a lazy pass. He can't get the third foul. O'Neal's going to go behind the back. That's beautiful. A nice dunk from O'Neal. Harden with the steal. Can he make something happen? No, he's blocked. We're tied at 50 here towards the end of the second quarter. Now there's 10 seconds to go in the end of the second. Harden's going to get another steal, but then he turns it right back over. Mitchell will end up with it. Ingles to beat the buzzer. It's good. And the Utah Jazz are up 5 going into the locker room. Let's swing and fast forward to the fourth here. Harden would step it up in the fourth. At this point in the game, he was over 15 from the field. That was his first 2, a dunk. Next possession down, Harden, a 3. So he goes over 15 through 3 quarters. And in the last quarter, he lights it up. As Donovan Mitchell answers with the Jazz down 4, he drills a 3. Now they're down 1. More Harden looking to put this thing away. Yes, that 3 is good. That's a clutch 3-pointer. And he puts his Rockets team up 4. Other end, Jazz down 4. Donovan Mitchell makes it a 2-point game. Can the Jazz get a stop here with 20 seconds to go? They get the stop, but they can't get the rebound. PJ Tucker grabs it. Now he can ice this game with 2 free throws with 10 seconds to go. He makes the first. Misses the second. Mitchell grabs the rebound. Jazz call a timeout. They'll get a chance. Off the inbound, Mitchell gets a great look from 3 to tie the game, and he misses. He misses the 3 that would have tied it up. 102-99. Wow. Final score ends up being 104-101. I can't believe Donovan Mitchell missed that opener look for 3. You don't get too many better looks than that to tie a basketball game up. He's going to be upset with himself all night. I brought up James Harden as he struggled from the field. He did make 14 out of 16 free throws. He goes 3 for 20 from the field, 2 for 13 from the 3-point line. Still gives you 22 points. The Rockets got a lot of help from a lot of other guys that I did not show in this highlight. Clint Capella, 11 and 14. PJ Tucker, 12 and 10 big rebounds. That last rebound you saw there that pretty much iced this basketball game. Chris Paul, heard of him before, 18 points, 4 assists. And they get this big-time dub. And also a lot of big threes from Gordon and Gerald Green chipped in a few of them as well. Donovan Mitchell goes for 34. He had 25 through three quarters of play. But that'll just be a cool stat line as his Utah Jazz team is on the receiving end of an L. What I thought about this game was, I know people, one of my friends hit me up and was like, yo, James Harden in playoff mode, he 0 for 15 from the field. And I was like, okay. Look, I don't think this is the normal James Harden. A lot of guys were struggling from the field. Like Donovan Mitchell was 9 for 27. It was just a tough game in Utah. Like, I don't think that means Harden's playoff mode is activated. First off, they brought the double to Harden a lot. And he didn't make the right play a lot of tonight, right? He tried to force it a lot. Tried to go at double teams. That's not what you want to do. He had a lot of turnovers in a game like this. Harden himself gave you 4 turnovers, right? And it was 4 crucial turnovers. He had 5 fouls. He was in foul trouble a little bit. Chris Paul had 5 as well. It was just one of those frustrating Utah games. I expect them to be much more comfortable come game 4. As the Rockets, wow, I did not expect this one, man. We'd be looking for the sweep in Utah. That will be a sight to see. That would be embarrassing. Jazz were better last year. I just can't believe that they might get swept here. As good as this young Jazz team is, they fought hard second half of the season to get back in the playoff race. Ended up with the 5 seed, respectable 5 seed in a tough Western Conference. Look, if you're a Utah fan, if this doesn't work out for you this year, it doesn't look that way, you guys need to be in the market for a legit point guard. What's killing the Rockets right now is O'Neal played well on Harden tonight. Again, he was pretty bad from the field overall, 3 for 20. But when they put Ricky Rubio on Harden, it's not the same as when O'Neal gives Harden the right side, right? It's just O'Neal is bigger than Rubio, obviously more athletic, and it's just not the same. And unfortunately for the Rockets, or excuse me, the Jazz, off those switches, you get that matchup with Harden and Rubio so often, they're going to be in the point guard market. Like, I think a guy like, they wanted Mike Conley at the deadline, right? They really went after Mike Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies hard. If they would have just got Mike Conley, I think off those switches, look, Mike's not a great defender in this league, but he's better. He's better. And then, he played with Tony Allen a lot of those years in Memphis, so he's learned some great principles defensively. He can get under you. I've seen Conley play good defense on Steph in the past before. I think he would be better suited right now if they had him. I know they really wanted him at that deadline, and I know they're going to go after him again this summer, trying to gauge Memphis' interest level in him. I think he'd be a better fit for that team going forward. I like Rubio, I just don't love him. And he was my X factor of this series, and he's been the X factor of the series just negatively for the Jazz, as Harden has had 2 big games. And O'Neal kind of took a little bit of that onus more in this game, but still to no avail. If the Jazz go down 0-3 in this best-of-7 series, they're on the verge of getting swept next game out in Utah. We'll see what happens. I'm out.